Hello, I'm Mark Reed. In the real world, I have the academic title of professor. So today we're going to do some class time and study the essential vocabulary every beginner air gunner should know. So grab your notebook and welcome to Airgun Terminology 101. Class is in session. Okay, first let's cover some key airgun components. Dovetail, a top rail mount that's commonly found on air guns used to attach scopes or sights. Picatinny rail. That's an alternative rail mount system established as the U.S. military standard, and it's used in most firearms and certainly a large number of air guns. Foster fitting. That's a quick connect adapter commonly used to attach filling equipment to PCP air guns. Plenum. That's a separate regulated air chamber in PCP air guns that helps maintain consistent shot velocity. Valve. The valve controls the release of air from a PCP airgun tank, and that impacts shot consistency and the power of each shot. Hammer spring. The hammer spring is a weighted, spring-driven component that strikes the valve and it briefly opens it to release a burst of compressed air, propelling the pellet or the slug out of the barrel. Shroud. A barrel cover that helps reduce sound, and it also can provide additional barrel protection. Suppressor. That's a device attached to the end of the barrel to reduce noise levels. It's also commonly known as a silencer or a moderator. The breech. That's a part of the gun where you load your pellets into. Okay, next, let's unpack some critical performance-related terminology. First is regulated versus non-regulated. So a regulated airgun has a built-in mechanism to deliver consistent air pressure for each shot, while non-regulated airguns experience variations in pressure as well as velocity. So regulated airguns commonly have what's also known as a plenum. Shooting in the curve. That's common in non-regulated guns, and it refers to selecting the optimal pressure range where the velocity of the pellet or the slug remains consistent throughout a string of shots. Falling off the reg. So when your pressure drops below the regulator set point, it results in a noticeable decrease in the velocity as well as the accuracy of your shots. Chronograph. That's a device used to measure pellet velocity or slug velocity in feet or meters per second. Foot-pounds of energy, or FPE, you'll see that a lot. That's a measurement indicating the energy that's delivered by your pellet at the point of impact, and that's vital for hunting effectiveness. Ballistic coefficient, or BC. That indicates a pellet's efficiency in overcoming air resistance. So higher BC pellets or slugs retain velocity better at a distance. PSI. It just simply means pounds per square inch. Certainly in a high pressure type sport, we need to know that. The corollary is bar, B-A-R. That's the metric unit of pressure that's commonly found in terminology, and you'll see that 1 bar is approximately 14.5 PSI, or pounds per square inch. Fill pressure. That's the maximal recommended pressure to fill the air reservoir, and that's usually indicated either in PSI or bar. Shot count. The number of usable shots you can get from one air tank fill. Okay, finally, let's talk about accuracy and shooting related terms. First is twist rate, and that refers to the rate at which the rifling inside the barrel twists, and that affects pellet or slug stability and accuracy. Two-stage trigger. That's a trigger mechanism that has two distinct stages. It's the initial take-up, followed by a clear breaking point where the shot actually occurs. And that enhances accuracy through better trigger control. 0. That's the range at which your scope and gun are calibrated so that the pellet hits precisely at the scope crosshair aim point. So adjusting your 0 ensures accuracy at whatever chosen shooting distance you choose. Parallax. That's the apparent shift in the target position relative to your crosshairs as your eye moves. And so adjustable scopes can minimize this effect. Cant. Cant is when the rifle is tilted slightly to the side, and that can cause accuracy errors. So scope-mounted bubble levels can help prevent this, just to know that you're level when you're shooting. Pellet drop. That's a downward trajectory pellets follow after leaving the barrel. And of course, that's got to be influenced by gravity as well as the velocity. Okay, there you have it. Airgun Terminology Essentials for Beginners. Now you're better equipped to dive into this exciting hobby with confidence. So don't forget to like and subscribe for more airgun tips and tutorials. Class dismissed.